Hey, Cool Brick here, and I have some custom police vehicles that I want to show you guys. So I actually made these a while ago, and you can see me talking about them in one of my city update videos, my first city update video. And these are going to be used with my custom police station, which I'm debating whether or not to get the pieces for right now. The parts cost is probably going to be close to around $250, so that's going to be a pretty big investment. So I'm still deciding when to build it. So I'm just going to show you guys the custom vehicles that I made for this station. So I'll start with the smallest vehicle, which is it's kind of an undercover car. That's why it doesn't have as many lights as the other one. It's just kind of a. I wanted these cars to look very different from normal Lego cars. I didn't want these to look anything like the generic cars you see. And you can see I used some pretty interesting building techniques that you don't normally see on Lego cars. I did use the standard wheelbase. These are smaller wheels. I can show you what these are like. I'll just pop off the axle and get the axle of the other ones. So these have half the diameter, or not half the diameter. These do have a smaller diameter as the larger tires. The wheels, though, I think actually the wheels I also think have a larger diameter too. So the rims and the tires both have different diameters from these rims and tires. And they're also half the width. So these are half width, and the best part about that is that they don't stick out. I wanted this car to look small and sleek, so I wanted to use these smaller wheels on them. So I'll just pop this axle back on here, and so you can see for the windows I used snot technique. The windows are mounted on just a single modified brick with one stud, and this can have the roof removed, but it's not exactly easy to put oops. So you can see just how fragile this mock actually is. This is the most fragile one, and I didn't really build it to be strong or anything, especially because I don't play with my Legos. I just went purely aesthetics for this one. And you just got a little, refocus this, got a little light in here, because like I said, this is an undercover car, so it should have lights to use if they need it, but they're kind of hidden in there. And this was just kind of a different shape that I wanted to get. Not too happy with these cracks in here, but from a far distance it looks pretty good anyways. So has a nice shape, overall look to it. So the next one is my police Interceptor, and this is just like a beefed up muscle car. And the police get to have some fun driving this one. So you can see there's some pretty eye-catching details. Again, I used the lights in here, but I also have a light up here, a large light bar, and probably the most prominent feature are these, well, they look like teeth. They're actually the Mixel teeth pieces, but I just kind of wanted to have spikes and make this more aggressive looking. And I used the cheese wedge slopes in an inverted manner to, instead of facing inwards like on this car, they face down to give it a more aggressive look. And I put just some pretty simple engine detailing in here. You can see the hood and the engine compartment are actually very long. This whole vehicle is just an extremely long vehicle. Like, if you compare these, if you compare the length, you can see this is like three studs longer. And this one's also built on a standard base, but I used the fatter wheels just because the other ones look a little bit too small and skimpy for something like this. You got an officer in here. You got a pretty nice and big compartment for the driver. Just get these pressed down. Roof very easily comes off. This one's more like standard Lego cars as far as like functionability and playability go. In the back, we've got a rear windshield and a spoiler and these gigantic exhaust pipe mufflers. And the way I did that was just by using some 1x1 modified plates and some tap pieces and 1x1 cylinders. So those have extremely low clearance, and you can actually hear them. They're literally at the exact same level as the wheels, so they're ever so slightly touching the ground. But as I said before, since I don't play with these, I really don't care. And it looks cool and it looks nuts, and that's really what I was going for. So I'm happy with it. And last but certainly not least is this police van. And this thing is pretty freaking huge. So it's actually built on one of those standard van or truck base plates. It's kind of hard to see them under there with all these reinforcement plates and modified plates for the sides and whatnot. But yeah, that's what it's built on, and this is pretty long also, even as far as van standards go. And you've got these just things here because I didn't have any white 1x2 plates, and I didn't want to use a bunch of 1x1, or not plates, tiles. I didn't want to use a bunch of 1x1 tiles there. And I decided to go with some trans clear 1x2 tiles over here. That and down here, these are actually two 1x1s, but I thought that would look nice. And you've got a license plate and a bit of grille detail. And then moving on, you've got some mirrors over here. Just, I kind of went with a stranger looking thing. This is all closed off in here, so yeah, not open. Close that off. You can remove the, this actually opens up, and then you take this off, and you get access to the two seats that are in the van. And you can see in there, I actually have quite a bit of detail. He has a lever for the gear shift, steering wheel, and you can see some gauges on the right side. I'm not totally sure what those gauges are for, but it looks cool, so you know, I want to utilize that little space in there. And there's also the second officer back there, and he's more of like a, he's not going to be the one driving, he's going to be the one rushing out and lugging the criminals back into the van. So this is a little bit of a fragile thing right here because it's only attached by 4 studs right here. But again, that's okay as long as you're just careful when shutting this and you don't like press down really hard or anything. You know, it's okay. It's not going to fall apart on me. The exterior, I've got some nice paneling with stickers here, and I just put these modified plates to make it look nice or something. There's another one over here, and then you've got the barred windows. This is the prisoner section, and you've just got bars here. This is actually made from most of the pieces from the van from the bank robbery, museum robbery set. And you can check in the description for the set number, and this also uses pieces from the police cars from the 2013 police station. So that's the left side, or right side, sorry. These don't open up or anything. Well, yeah, these don't really open up. No need, anyways, unless you really want to sit down the figures in the back, which I guess you can if you have smaller hands. Just another light bar up here, and you can see I put these little round 1x1 tiles just to you know, more lights and stuff. And this is the back, and I really like the way this looks. This looks really different from other things I've seen. You've just got a really nice and big door back here, and it's almost completely made of the windows, and you just pull this up and you get access into here, and there's not really much going on in there. There's just areas for them to sit. There's nothing really in there, so it's okay that I can't really get much light in there. There's nothing to see. So yeah, that just shuts very easily. I also like these details. Those were simply just because I didn't have any bricks to fill up that area, and it turned out nicely when I did that. So overall, I'm very happy with all three of these mocks, and I'm very excited to use these in my custom police station. So stay tuned and comment, like, and subscribe.